Am I the asshole? I know the answer to that question. I'm not. You might be. Check yourself. Welcome back, y'all. It's been a while since I've done one of these. If you don't know what the Reddit page Am I the Asshole is, allow me to explain. As you can see right here, ladies and gentlemen, the Reddit page Am I the Asshole is essentially a page where people will write a story, right? Perhaps like this one. And essentially they're telling you a story that they've experienced, obviously, and they're wondering, if they're the asshole, essentially, like if people think that they are in the wrong, or if the other person is just on that nut shit. And I am just a 20-year-old who likes to read them and give my opinion. So take it with a grain of salt. I am just a guy, but maybe we can come to some agreements on some of this, and maybe y'all will like what I have to say. Without further ado, let's get into it. Am I the asshole for not giving my brother access to an apartment that our grandmother promised him? 20 years ago, my grandmother promised my brother an apartment before she passed away. She registered him there without my grandfather's knowledge, and that just means, put it in his name, I guess. My grandfather was living in the United States at the time and rarely visited. Father and brothers started renovating the apartment together. However, when my grandfather returned to Poland and discovered that my brother was registered there, he decided to have him legally deregistered without his knowledge. My grandfather made a new will bequeathing the apartment to my brother. Unfortunately, my brother is an alcoholic, and my grandfather started worrying that after his death, my brother might squander the apartment. My grandfather gave my brother an ultimatum that he had to be sober during his next visit, or he would leave the apartment to someone else. Of course, my brother started drinking again before my grandfather's visit. My grandfather gave him a second chance, but my brother drank again before his arrival. My grandfather then decided to leave the apartment to me because apart from my mother, only my wife and I kept in regular contact with him. The apartment is about to be officially transferred to me, but my brother claims he deserves half because that was our grandmother's wish and because he invested in renovating the apartment. We have now agreed that I will transfer the apartment to my daughter when she comes of age, and he has agreed to this, but he wants access to the apartment in the meantime. I fear that he might move in, start drinking there, and I will end up having to pay the bills. Am I the asshole? Okay, so I'm just gonna be skimming through these kinda. If you wanna read them, they're gonna be on the screen, so you can read the whole thing, but I'm just trying to hit the key points, keep it moving. Here's what I think. I can understand both sides. Obviously, you don't want him to have this place that was given to him, and then he uses that to destroy himself because he doesn't have to pay rent or whatever the situation would be. He just uses that to fuel his drinking habit. I can definitely understand you don't want to let him destroy himself, and he's going to see that as hostility. He's going to see that as unfairness because he's not thinking about his well-being, right? He just thinking about getting lit. He just thinking about, hey, yo, get some of the hoes over here. His mind's not in the right place to really be given something like that, But also, his grandmother, before she died, really wanted him to have it. And I feel like that also holds weight. So, that's real tough. I don't know what I would do in that situation, honestly. If he wants access to the apartment, he might do what you say. He might be throwing shindigs, sipping 40s, destroying his liver, highway to cirrhosis. That might be what he's on. So I would say you're definitely not the asshole. I'm 100%, he needs to get right first, especially if your grandfather, who, ultimately made the decision, if he gave him an ultimatum like, bro, put down the Colt 45s and the apartment's yours, and he couldn't do it, I think even his grandma would be like, oh yeah, no, you're tripping, bro, I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna have to find a different spot, bro. So yeah, you're not the asshole, honestly, and I do not envy your position at all. Am I the asshole for telling my brother that he's insufferable and that's why his girlfriend broke up with him? Damn, bro, oh shit, oh my gosh, bro, he's shooting shots in his bed. That's nuts. Let's read further, because damn. So I, 25-year-old male, have an older brother, 29-year-old male, and we've never been close. He claims I have the life he was gonna have and that I stole it from him. Off rip. But he sounds bitter as a bastard. I don't really get it, as my parents don't have a favorite and have always treated us the same. The only difference between us is that while he was out partying and drinking during the time he was at uni, I, on the other hand, focused more on my studies and on occasion went out to parties and such. My brother failed most of his classes and eventually dropped out. I, on the other hand, finished and landed a decent degree and have started my job recently. This, for some reason, has made my brother absolutely despise me, as he told me I stole his life. Projection. The projection. I'll talk about it at the end. At our recent family gathering, my brother and his girlfriend were there, and my brother had too much to drink and started with his BS again. My parents told him to cut it off. Cut it off? My parents told him to cut it out, but he continued. Apparently, he had talked about this nonstop with his girlfriend, and she had enough and broke up with him on the spot. Somehow that's my fault for making him look bad. And he tells me that he wished I was never born. This is where I might be the asshole. I told my brother that this is why his girlfriend broke up with him, because he's insufferable, and to stop blaming me for his failures. He left cursing me out while crying. Am I the asshole? Absolutely not. This dude is projecting. He's telling you stole his life, because that's the life he envisioned for himself, but he bullshitted and got himself in the life he has. But you got the life that he always thought he could get because you worked hard, you did your thing. Now he's mad at you because he wants someone else to blame because he can't handle taking the accountability himself. It overwhelms him. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! He is frustrated with himself. He probably hates himself. He is probably upset with himself about where he's gotten himself in his life. He's probably regrets that he wasted his time at college because he sees you, the little sibling, who they're always gonna, they're gonna feel like you need to look up to them. And sometimes it makes them a little uncomfortable when they look up to you, They see that you did the right thing, and they see how good it turned out for you. And they compare that to their own suffering that they've put themselves into, and you know what I'm saying? Some people, that pisses them off. Some people, that makes them bitter. Some people, they immediately start looking for somebody to blame. Oh, I'm blaming dad. Oh, I'm blaming mom. Oh, I'm blaming my brother. Oh, I'm blaming my sister. Whatever it is. They're always looking to deflect it off of themselves because they can't handle the reality that it was entirely their fault. And where they are is because of the choices they willingly made.
Right there, tell me that one. Listen.
That's an uncomfortable truth, and a lot of people can't handle that, so they are looking out here for people to blame because it makes it easier on them. They feel like, oh, it wasn't my fault. So no, you're absolutely not the asshole. And I really hope your brother can turn it around at 29. He's already, it's a shame that he's had to live this much of his life like this, but hopefully he can turn it around. Maybe this could be a wake-up call, Sometimes some good humiliation, somebody telling you the cold hard facts right in your face in front of everybody, sometimes that'll really wake you up. So I really hope it did with him, because you needed to tell him that. That was the truth. You needed to fry him. You had to, because maybe it'll get through a little bit, And maybe he can realize, damn, maybe it's me. Yeah, it sucks seeing family members like that, but you can only give them so much, so much leeway. Eventually you gotta do what my boy here did. So no, you're not the asshole at all, bro. I think he had that coming, and I think he needed to hear that. I think he needed to be, shaking a little bit. Am I the asshole for not texting my girlfriend on a busy day? Obviously, I texted near the end of the day and said good morning, but I had a really busy day. I was at work for most of the day and then spent the rest of it with my buddies and practically had it off for the entire day. I was so stressed, especially with work ramping up, but I still made an effort to text her every few hours. I went to sleep, and the next day I woke up with multiple texts about how she was really mad and fed up with me not spending enough time with her. She said that she was hurt I could spend an entire day without actively texting her. I told her I had a life too, but she said she doesn't even care. This happened 2 weeks ago, and now she's really distant and only giving replies and BS answers. I think she's gonna break up with me, but I want a third opinion. Am I the asshole? Let me just real quick off the bat say, she says she's mad and fed up with you not spending enough time with her. If this is like a behavioral thing, if like you're actually not really giving her much time and that's been a thing going on and this is just what pushed her over the edge, then this is a different story. But I'm just gonna assume, based on how he explained, that she's mad about this one incident. And my response is going to be, assuming that she's talking about this one incident. So let's just get that clarified. No, you're not the asshole. Especially if you say every few hours you tried to text her, even though you were at work and you were stressed and everything. I feel like nowadays, okay, and I'm not trying to sound like an old head, but I feel like nowadays with texting and everything, like having a person or having direct access to a person pretty much any time of day, all day, every day, just a text away. I feel like that has changed relationships, because it's like it's not normal to talk to your significant other all day, every day. It's not normal to talk to anyone all day, every day. I know personally, I love my alone time. I love my time away with my friends. I need that to keep me calibrated, to keep my mind Like, I don't know. It's like I need a break from things to appreciate them more, if that makes sense. But you even said here that you still made an effort to text her every few hours. You text her good morning and you text her near the end of the day. If you explained to her, like, sorry, I had a busy day and then, I was just hanging out with my friends, and you were keeping her updated throughout the day, and she's mad about that, I feel like she might be going off the deep end. And then you said you have a life, and she said she doesn't even care. So look, I am by no means a relationship expert, right? But she sound like, how do I say this? One of them controlling ones, one of them controlling people that need to be part of your life at every single step of the way and can't let you go away because they feel like you enjoy life without them more. They get insecure, so they start projecting that on you. And now, because you might have unintentionally made her feel like she had to chase you or something, now she's, I think it seems like she's now trying to flip it on you and be like, oh, how does it feel? How does it feel? But I just feel like that's irrational, okay? I just feel like that's ridiculous. Like, ladies, y'all can tell me if you feel differently, but like, if he was at work all day and he was still texting you every few hours, but he was just like, yo, I've been really busy, sorry I haven't been able to keep in touch like that today, would y'all be tripping like this? I'm like, I don't understand it. I don't understand why she could be this mad at bro. So I would say, no, you're not the asshole, my friend. And I hope, to speak plainly and honest with you, brother, I hope you found someone else, okay? Or maybe you went into you're working on yourself. Maybe you're going through a phase. Look, me too, bro. I'm just, I get it. But I don't think she's the one if she's behaving that way over one day, right? Over one day of you not texting her all day. I think that's definitely like, brother, run. But like I said, if this runs deeper and you really have kind of not really been giving her time like you should, and this is just what brought it to a boiling point, then yeah, I'd say you're the asshole. Because if you don't want to be around her, bro, break up. Stop wasting her time so she can heal and go find somebody else. But if it's over just this one day, then no, I would say she's not the one for you, because that's some ridiculous behavior over one day of not texting her constantly. Like, no, bro. Okay, man, that was nice. We got some good ones today. I felt nice, to do something other than games, to kind of talk to y'all about some real world scenarios. But anyways, y'all, that's all for me. If you want to see more Am I the Asshole, you know what I'm saying, hit the like button. I think I'm gonna make more anyways, but I love y'all. Make sure you take a shower, make sure you wash your butt, or you're gonna smell like anchovies with a garlic aioli sauce, but like an expired garlic aioli sauce. So you're gonna smell fucking nuts, to put it frankly. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.